What's going on? Trump just threatened to obliterate Iran. Just out of nowhere. I mean, Trump is back, full steam ahead. Listen to this. As he just casually as he's signing executive orders, they'll be obliterated. Oh, there'll be nothing left. What? Peace through strength. Trump's not playing around.
In 10 minutes, it would make up the difference. That's the kind of power it could have. Right now, it doesn't have that power.
Next, sir, this is a national security presidential memorandum that seeks to impose maximum pressure on the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Many of these provisions are similar to actions that your administration took during your first administration. The basic idea here is to have every department and agency, or many departments and agencies in your government attempt to sanction and control Iranian activities, particularly relating to the Iranian nuclear program and the Iranian export of terrorism through support of various proxy groups abroad. And the intent here is to give you all of the possible tools I'd say, engage with the Iranian government to ensure that going forward they're less of a malign actor on the world stage.
So this is one that I'm torn about. Everybody wants me to sign it. I'll do that. It's very tough on Iran. It's what we had before. We would have never had the problem. You would have never had October 7th. We would have never had the problem had the election gone a different way, which it should have. But this one, I think, more than made up for it. I think we're doing things that it shows that more than made up for it, much more historic. The Iran situation, hopefully, I'm going to sign it, but hopefully we're not going to have to use it very much. We will see whether or not we can arrange or work out a deal with Iran and everybody can live together, and maybe that's possible and maybe it's not possible. So I'm signing this and I'm unhappy to do it, but I really have not so much choice because we have to be strong and firm, and I hope that it's not going to have to be used in any great measure at all. It'd be great if we could have a Middle East and maybe a world at total peace. Right now you don't have that. When I left, you had peace all over the world, and now you have the world is blowing up. As you know, Bibi is coming in to see me later. Others are coming in to see me. We'll see what we can do. But I'm signing this, and hopefully it will be a document which won't be very important, will hardly have to be used.
So what kind of deal would you be prepared to
Well,
make?
we're going to see. I mean, we're going to see. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. With me, it's very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. We don't want to be tough on Iran. We don't want to be tough on anybody, but they just can't have a nuclear weapon.
Mr. President, are you going to engage in conversations with your counterpart in Iran?
I would.
Do you want to block the sale of Iranian oil to other nations?
Well, we have the right to do that, and that's what I did before, and they had no money. They wouldn't have had the money for Hamas or Hezbollah or anybody else. It could have been solved, this thing. It just, if things went the way they should have, this would have been over long ago, but it's not over.
How close do you think Iran is to developing nuclear weapons?
I think they're close. They're too close. But again, you could go back 4 years. I would have said they would have had it during this intervening period. But they're pretty close, Peter.
And why say that you're unhappy to sign it if it's Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani?
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That'd be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence, perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader, or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran. So I'm signing this, and it's a very powerful document, but hopefully we're not going to have to use it.
Mr. President, if the Prime Minister today were to ask your help in striking at Iran's nuclear facilities to prevent the kind of progress towards a nuclear weapon, would you give him the green light? Either to do it himself or for the U.S. to participate with him?
I don't know that that's what he's going to be asking for. I have no idea that it is. You're telling me. We're going to have a pretty long meeting. We're going to be discussing a lot of things, not only that, but a lot of things. And I'll let you know if the time comes to let you know. But right now, that's not something that I can discuss.
Mr. President.
Oh, am I going to blow up a nuclear plant in Iran? Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if that's maybe. I mean, if they want smoke, I got a lot of smoke. If they want smoke, I have all sorts of smoke. I have submarine smoke. I have airplane smoke, drone smoke, stealth smoke. I have nuclear smoke, if they like nuclear. I have heat-seeking missile smoke. I have Navy SEAL smoke. I have Green Beret smoke. I have Delta Force. I have a force that you don't even know exists. Okay? I have Space Force smoke. This is crazy. I've left instructions. What does that mean? What do you mean you left instructions to who? Trump's like, if something, JD, are you listening? Come sit down, JD. If anything happens to me, obliterate whoever did it, okay? Is there a stenographer here? Nice to see you. Very nice dress. Obliterate everything. Put obliterate in caps. All caps. Okay? Just whoever did it, leave nothing left. There will be nothing left. Man, listen, I know that we can ration that out as sounding crazy, but also it's really good to have a leader say that type of thing. He's not even like, oh no, I don't think about dying. He's like, no, I think about dying because it can happen. And I left instructions. I left money for my kids and instructions for JD. And there's going to be a whole lot of smoke if I get taken out. Jeez. Usually your vice president is like your assassination proof. Trump's like, I don't have any of that. I don't know. They tried to do it like 3 times. It's fine. I'll just annihilate whoever did it. Whole world's on notice now. Hold on. Putin's like, he left instructions for any state that, am I a state? Is this a state? It's all a state. Trump will do it. Absolutely wild stuff. Not only that, I wonder if I can find it. I wonder if I can find the clip. But there is a clip where he's talking about he's talking about taking over Gaza. And I don't know, I was talking to my buddy, and my buddy's like, oh no, Israel will like that. I don't know if they're going to like it. Because Trump's just like, I think I'm going to take it. We're going to own it. Just out of nowhere. I want to see if I can find it in this. Let me see if I can find him actually talking about it.
When you said if they do it, they get obliterated. Just to be clear, you're talking about if Iran made an attempt on your life.
Yeah, that would be called total obliteration, and I can't imagine they do that. It should have been stated by Biden, but he didn't state it because he had no clue. As you know, as everybody knows.
What is your vision actually for relationship
Do you have
with
anything
Iran?
else?
No, that's all we have.
My vision for
For a
what?
relationship with Iran, and would you?
I'd love to have a good relationship with everybody. They can't have a nuclear weapon. That was the only thing that was very important. They can't have a nuclear weapon.
They just can't have a nuclear weapon. I like them a lot, but if anything happens to me, I want their whole country flipped upside down, you understand? Everything flipped upside down, Absolutely wild. I just want to hear him talk about Gaza. It's wild when you hear him talk about what he's planning on doing. I got 2 clips of it. Hold on.
As a nation, maybe at a level that people haven't seen for many, many decades. Young soldiers being killed by the thousands. I mean, literally by the thousands. and we want to see if we can get that stopped. And I think we've had some very good talks. Strong on the border, stronger than Britain. I'd like to see Egypt take some look. Both sides mean a lot. I talk about that. I talk about the other side. I talk about everything.
What's your main message to him today during your meeting?
Well, I'm here to listen. He's here to see me, and I'm here to listen. So,
Will you continue
not
to
much of a
press?
message.
Will
At
you
the right
continue-
time, I'll give him my
Mr.
message.
President, will you continue to press for this idea that Jordan and Egypt take Palestinians from Gaza?
Yeah, I would like to see Jordan. I'd like to see Egypt take some look. The Gaza thing has not worked. It's never worked. And I feel very differently about Gaza than a lot of people. I think they should get a good, fresh, beautiful piece of land, and we get some people to put up the money to build it and make it nice and make it habitable and enjoyable and
Somewhere else.
But
make
you
it a
say
home.
they don't want to leave, though. Palestinians say they don't want to leave.
I don't know how they could want to stay. It's a demolition site. It's a pure demolition site. If we could find the right piece of land or numerous pieces of land and build them some really nice places with plenty of money in the area, that's for sure. I think that would be a lot better than going back to Gaza, which has had just decades and decades of death.
Where would those pieces of land be?
Well,
if
they
those
could
Arab
be in
countries
Jordan,
don't
and
want
they
to
could
come?
be in Egypt, and they could be in other places. You could have more than two, more than one, but you could have more than two. And you'd have people living in a place that could be very beautiful and safe and nice. Gaza's been a disaster for decades.
Would the U.S. pay for that?
I don't
Or
think
contribute?
the, I don't
Would the
think
United
the
States
UN would
contribute?
pay, but I think there's plenty of people that would in the area. They have a lot of money. They certainly have a lot of money. Some of the countries over there, they'd like to see it. I know that Saudi Arabia wants to see peace. I can see that. And many of the countries there, as far as I'm concerned, they all want peace. I think, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I think Iran would like to see peace too. They've had enough. Don't you think they've had enough?
But the leaders of Egypt and Jordan have said bluntly they have no interest in doing this.
Well, they may have said that, but a lot of people said things to me. They said they wouldn't take anybody back in Venezuela, and right now they're flying them right back into Venezuela. And a lot of people, and they're doing the right thing in Venezuela. The Panama Canal is an active discussion right now. They said things about that, and virtually everything that's been said has been incorrectly stated based on the result.
He's an actual gangster. This is actually gangster. He basically just said, they say a lot of things behind my back, but to my face, they don't say those things. They take them back. I tell them that they're going to take these people. The people of Israel and of Egypt and Jordan are like, wait, what? What did he say? He said it on, well, hold on. Wait, he said, I'm taking them. They don't even know Trump's having this discussion, and he's just deciding which one. This is crazy. You know, I love Trump. You guys know I love Trump. I always talk about my biases. I'm biased. I like the guy. I like him as president. I think greatest president of our time. But this is wild what he's talking about. He's just like, we're going to own it. Yeah, we're going to get them a nice fresh piece of land. What? There are no more fresh pieces. They're all old. Trump's like, we're going to get him a fresh piece. We're going to put him there. The Gaza thing just has not worked. Oh my gosh. The people of Gaza have no idea they have no clue that these conversations are happening. They're just like, when is someone going to help us rebuild? And somebody's just going to roll up from the U.S. Army and they're going to be like, we got you a nice fresh piece of land. They're going to be like, what? Hold on. Wait a second. Oh, man. Okay, listen to this. Here's another thing. Because he actually met with Netanyahu. And here's the thing, right? He's saying this in front of Netanyahu. I don't know if Netanyahu likes this idea. But it's like Trump doesn't care. He doesn't care what Iran wants, what Egypt wants, what Saudi Arabia. He's just like, you guys want peace or not? He's like, because we're the bearers of peace. Because we have so much war on our hands. I can dish it out, but I'd rather have peace. Does everybody want peace? Even Israel's staying in line. This is crazy.
Get rid of the...
Oh, here, let me slow it down. But he's talking about owning it. He's not even talking about rebuilding it. He's saying the U.S. is going to own it.
Destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic and frankly bad luck. This can be paid for by neighboring countries of great wealth. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. We'll only be satisfied when all of these problems are solved, and we have the team to solve them, and that's going to happen. And it's going to happen, I think, very quickly. I also strongly believe that the Gaza Strip, which has been a symbol of death and destruction for so many decades, and so bad for the people anywhere near it, and especially those who live there, and frankly, who's been really very unlucky. It's been very unlucky. It's been an unlucky place for a long time. Being in its presence just has not been good, and it should not go through a process of rebuilding and occupation by the same people that have really stood there and fought for it and lived there and died there and lived a miserable existence there. Instead, we should go to other countries of interest with humanitarian hearts, and there are many of them that want to do this, and build various domains that will ultimately be occupied by the 1.8 million Palestinians living in Gaza, ending the death and destruction and, frankly, bad luck. This can be paid for by neighboring countries of great wealth. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 12. It could be numerous sites, or it could be one large site. But the people will be able to live in comfort and peace, and we'll make sure something really spectacular is done. They're going to have peace. They're not going to be shot at and killed and destroyed like this civilization of wonderful people has had to endure. The only reason the Palestinians want to go back to Gaza is they have no alternative. It's right now a demolition site. This is just a demolition site. Virtually every building is down. They're living under fallen concrete that's very dangerous and very precarious. They instead can occupy all of a beautiful area with homes and safety, and they can live out their lives in peace and harmony instead of having to go back and do it again. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development.
Like, look at this guy. Does he look like he likes the idea of this? I don't know. My buddy was like, no, they're not going to oppose this. I know they're not going to oppose it. It's Trump. You don't want to be opposing Trump when he's let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this the only way to clean this situation up? I have no idea. I'll be completely honest. This was a very big thing. As I'm listening to this, I'm like, this is very big. You don't just say you're going to own a piece of something and, so this seemed big, so I cover it. But I'm more concerned about Kensington, Philadelphia than I am about this region of the world. I'm going to be completely honest. But because it's almost like he's saying, we're going to own this. And it's neighboring Israel. And you might feel like it's yours, but whatever. We're going to own it. And we're going to put these guys on some fresh land. And these guys over here that said they don't want it, they're going to do what I say. This is so gangster. But maybe this is the only real way to clean it up. Because nobody's actually talking about how to solve this. And Trump's kind of stepping in here saying, this is what we're going to do. These guys over here are going to do what I tell them to do. You're not going to fuss about this whole thing, okay? BB, my friend here. And we're all just going to get along. They're going to have some good land, a fresh piece of land, and no one's going to complain. And the U.S. is going to own this. And I'm going to call it the Mega Strip. I don't know if anyone has a problem with that. We're going to call it the Mega Strip. I like it. I went there one day. Reminds me of the Gulf of America. Looks so nice. It's wild, man.
Development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job. Do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, It's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years. I'm hopeful that this ceasefire could be the beginning of a larger and more enduring peace that will end the bloodshed and killing once and for all. With the same goal in mind, my administration has been moving quickly to restore trust in the alliance and rebuild American strength throughout the region. And we've really done that. We're a respected nation again. A lot's happened in the last couple of weeks. We are actually a very respected nation again. I ended the last administration's de facto arms embargo on over $1 billion in military assistance for Israel. And I'm also pleased to announce that this afternoon, the United States withdrew from the anti-Semitic UN Human Rights Council and ended all of the support for the UN Relief and Works Agency, which funneled money to Hamas and which was very disloyal to humanity. Today, I also took action to restore a maximum pressure policy on the Iranian regime, and we will once again enforce the most aggressive possible sanctions, drive Iranian oil exports to zero, and diminish the regime's capacity to fund terror throughout the region and throughout the world. We had no threat when I left office. Iran was not able to sell oil. Nobody was buying oil because I said, don't buy it. If you buy it, you're not doing any business with the United States. And Hamas was not being funded. Hezbollah was not being funded. Nobody was being funded. There would never have been an October 7th. 2 weeks ago, I once again designated the Houthis as a terrorist organization. They're trying to destroy world shipping lanes, and that's not going to happen. And over the weekend, I ordered airstrikes against senior ISIS leaders hiding in the caves of Somalia and took them out. Here in America, we've begun the process of deporting foreign terrorists, jihadists, and Hamas.
Did he just say took them out? Does he mean that they're dead? He didn't even give that a comma. There wasn't even a comma as he said that. Took them out. And what else I did here? Are they dead? What happened? You're not talking about that? He just did that as a side quest? Oh my gosh. This guy, I'm telling you, man. I don't know. This is like, again, I always talk about my bias. I like Trump. I like what he does. This is like, he's walking in the Middle East like it's his living room. He's like, oh, hey, what's going on? BB, Diet Coke. I don't have my button here. Diet Coke. Thank you. You guys are going to take these guys. I want this. This is nice. I'm going to keep this. This is for me. I'm going to have people come and they're going to clean it up. It's going to be nice. BB, you're not getting this. This is mine, okay? Thank you, Diet Coke. It's warm. I want cold. It's like, what has happened? Is all this going to fly? Or is this going to just cause like a storm of things? I don't know. You have to see, because like that reporter said, Egypt has made it clear that they don't want to do that. Jordan as well. I don't get it. This is wild. But this is what comes with a strong leader. Strong leaders are going to do strong things sometimes. But this just seems so out of nowhere. But hey, a lot of people say that Trump thrives in chaos. When the chaos starts is when he calms down and he just says, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And slowly the chaos becomes order. I don't know. It's like he thrives in these wild environments. Because I think anybody else as a leader would look at everything that he's doing and be like, oh no, how are you going to do that? Have you talked to those people? No, I haven't talked to them, but I think they're going to listen to me. And the thing is, if this happens to bring about peace, I guess it's fine. That's it. I don't know. This is a very interesting thing here. It's the people of Gaza. I'm like, are they going to be okay with it? Are the people of Israel going to be okay with it? Egypt, Jordan, there's so many moving parts. And is Saudi Arabia going to step in and make Egypt and Jordan okay with it? With money and influence. And then is Trump just going to make Bibi Netanyahu, is he just going to make him okay with all this? And it seems like he is already, because he doesn't oppose it. As they keep going in this talk, when Bibi starts talking, he just starts flattering Trump. He's like, he's done so much in the past 2 weeks. He's like, this is crazy. He's like, I can't imagine what the next 4 years are going to look like. So it's like he doesn't oppose anything that Trump said. I don't know, man. I just thought this was interesting. He's just taking it. Okay. I don't get it. Man. I have to say. But, again, when it comes to this part of the world, it's like, I'm not, and I know it sounds heartless sometimes. I'm not focused. I would, peace in the Middle East would be absolutely fantastic, because it would save so many innocent lives. And I think of the children more than I think of anything when it comes to that whole thing. But again, Kensington, Philadelphia, Flint, what's going on with Flint's water? Do you know? I haven't heard anything. It's not in the mainstream anymore. Their water's still terrible. East Palestine, same thing. So I'm always more concerned with those parts of the world. Got to be honest. Anyways, guys, I want to go live. I'm going to go live so I can actually talk a little more, because I have these questions that I want to ask people, but you guys aren't exactly here. It's like we can jump into the comments and talk there a little bit, but by the time it's in the comments, I'm already working on the next video. And so I want to start going live. So I'm starting to figure it out. I'm going to have something secured soon, and we're going to start doing some stuff. We're going to start doing lives. We're going to start doing interviews and stuff. I'm going to make this into a lot of what you guys have asked for already with the main channel. I'm going to be doing here. So you can trust and believe that, my friends. Yeah. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and let me know what you think of all this. Let me know what you think about Trump taking all these actions. Is this just peace through strength? Because I think it is. But I'd love to know what other people think about this as well, because this is a whole lot of strength. This is a whole lot of strength he's displaying right now. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Helps the channel tremendously. Other than that, I'm out.